Initiating match.
Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Psychic here, accompanied by Micah. Micah, how you feeling?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing pretty nice. Now, we aren't quite in the new age of Overwatch 2. However, we are here with a very important game with CSU Green facing off against Texas A&M. Facing a little bit of technical difficulty here. However, to my understanding, this is going to be a very important game because if CSU is able to win this, they will be going to the land that is hosted by, I want to say, Kentucky, but I'm entirely sure. Don't think we've seen this map too frequently. We're going to see an interesting competition from CSU on the ball for tonight, which is interesting.
Both teams using so much of the teleport and immediately both swapping the soldiers. That was hilarious.
I mean, that's typically what we've been seeing. A lot of teams have liked going for things like that. See OW2 jumping in, but going to have to roll back a little bit to regroup the team. Bubble comes down from the opposing Winston.
The objective is
Okay then. Sorry, having a little bit of technical difficulty. CSU struggling to take control of this first point. However, space real quick. There we go. No, you're good.
Alright, and we are seeing CSU on the offense, but unfortunately Encore is taken out too.
Currently contested. It is a 3v4. However, Fern going down could be major for CSU if they're able to make something happen. However, I think they might be forced off the point a little bit.
that feels much better.
Unfortunately, forced off the point. 41% with CSU's attempt to capture failing, having to back up for just a second. However, Ball is a character who can roll out very quickly, and so we might just see somebody come in and go for another play here. Biggest problem right now looks to be the Nano on the side of Texas A&M. It could be a big problem. Encore Sentry goes down. This could be CSU's chance to start the offensive. However, not with Captain Junior and the Sentry. The team goes back to the health kit. 72% Mukiki goes down to the opposing Sojourn. Not looking good for CSU. Having their spawn pressed into a little bit. They're going to take a little bit of a back foot. 80% need to be able to find a way onto the point if they want a chance to win this match. They've got some ultimates in their tank. However, Texas A&M looks like they're stocking up to a full 5. Long, unfortunately, trying to get in. Gets hit with the Nano. The overclock is online from both teams, seemingly. The Torbjorn's going down. OW2 makes it to the point, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to get much more than this. Primal Rage is online for this Winston as OW2 tries to get back onto the point, putting down mines, but I don't know if that's going to keep the overtime running. Unfortunate for CSU, however, it's just the first match. They might need some time to adapt, time to figure out what their game plan is against Texas A&M here. We'll have to see how they handle it in the next round.
ready for battle.
Oh, I think we are using open picks because I'm pretty sure I just saw we've been losing with them.
Weird. I feel like this might need a little bit of time for the meta to develop. It's been a very powerful option throughout this season, which is going to go online, and we are going to probably see both of these teleports come down. OW2 sticking with the Hazard. Now, Hazard is a new inclusion to the roster, and has been very powerful for a lot of these options. People very much compared him to Winston, and the fact that he is a dive character with a very aggressive jump. However,
The Soldier was a problem last time.
Comes up the Sojourn and finds the kill with the jump slash, goes behind the wall to get a little bit of shenanigans going on. However, I really put you down. Bad for CSU to lose a support this early with Alizu in such low health. However, CSU's chasing it down with this Winston, but unfortunately, going to find some kills and reverse the situation. Not good for CSU. Really, really unfavorable right now. It's only at about 12%, so they definitely have the time to rework at their game plan. We're going to see Ender switching over to the Cassidy, see how that works out for them.
Since it does appear that we are using quicks for this game, that's going to have to be another element that we're going to have to consider when it comes to game time.
Definitely, although I'm not sure how that's going to influence things too much. Ender goes down to this Winston here. He has to jump back to support the rest of the team. Very good down.
He's close to being able to level up on heavy. Don't remember what his place on actually, so can't really make much of an input on that.
But there's leveling in this game now. It's very recent change. Quite literally. There's the nano come down on Hazard to see how things can go, trying to shred through this Ana, giving a little health.
Panic, I think the Ana might be panic nano, or just messed up and giving it to himself.
Not ideal, but it does take it off the table for Texas A&M. One core is online for the opposing orb. However, CC's coming up on a Deadeye and coming up on that Hazard ultimate. If they combine those, it could be very devastating. Trying to engage this Winston over the back line.
With the family panel,
Line alongside the rally. CSU looking for something. Alizu goes down. Thank you for CSU. They're in overtime and don't have access to the point. Really not where you want to be. That Monka comes down. Takes care of the opposing Lucy over here. Sleep Dart. Lucy tries to rotate onto the point, but unfortunately is not going to be able to make it onto the point in time. And that's going to be the first round going to Texas A&M. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to be doing any bans. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing anything in the middle of it. However, we'll have to see how this ends up going in the next round.
This ends now. This ends now. 2 down. Cybernet.
Alrighty then, folks, moving into this second round. I know this map, but I'm blanking on the name. Shambali, thank you. I don't think we see this too frequently. Usually we'll see like a King's Row, like occasionally like a Circuit Row.
Speak of the devil, he shall arrive. We were just talking about Lucio earlier.
Discussing some of these perks. We did not realize that perks were in play for this.
Thought they'd be not allowed since they literally just came out today, but it seems like they don't.
Seems a little bit volatile, but I'm excited to see how this goes down. Now, we are seeing the Ana from last, like we were discussing off camera while we were trying to figure out what was going on.
Ana can critical.
Ana can critical?
Yeah.
And what's Ana also just nanos herself.
Yeah, she can nano herself and she can critical. As well as Wamacho can heal himself too as well.
Oh, wonderful. Great.
Everyone's a healer now, basically.
Everybody's a healer. That's actually kind of sick.
Yeah, not even joking. Yeah.
Sombra is literally a
Yeah,
healer.
Sambo's a healer. Havoc has self-heal. Genji has self-heal. Wamacho has self-heal. They just...
Was that a 4%? Oh my goodness, starts off really poorly.
Oh yeah, Anane also can bounce, so you can actually hit twice if you want that option. I think that's also real quick, so yeah, you can either choose either one of that.
I think the leveling is at least neat.
Yeah, they took inspiration from Apex, and I'm not hating on it. It's lovely.
Is it like from damage or?
It's based on. I'm pretty sure it's based off each role. Like supports get more from healing. Tanks, I think tanks is damage and being on point is obviously damage.
There goes the Sojourn. Alisu trying to punch in here.
They're usually not really one, taking the aggression.
Takes down the tank. Major for CSU, going to give them a lot of space to work with.
Oh yeah, another Lucio buff that you can take is his boot. You can increase it by 15%, so it just completely overpowers the tank passive.
Oh, wonderful. But as how did tanks get there?
Like I said, I think it's by being on the objective, yeah, and being on the objective and dealing damage.
I think that's really neat. I'm additionally really wondering if there's maybe like value in self damage now, given the fact of like healers can get bonuses from healing.
Another quick was I saw Malga. They literally said you get to pick two play styles of it, either push him down or you stay by the objective. I think that's what they decide because one of his perks is his Overone reloads him up to 150 ammo while he's doing it.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry.
No, yeah, it seems really good, and I'm excited to see how it ends up evolving. But right now, it looks like CSU's going to get pushed back to the spawn area. Difficult for them to handle. I think Alizu got kind of rushed down by the entirety of the enemy team, which was not where you want to be. Now his form comes out. I think that's a nano on the Sojourn, which is very scary. Takes out Captain Junior and Muhiki alongside Alizu with the help of this Torb. Not where you want to be, however. You do want to see those supports going down with Ender getting a nice shot off on the opposing Lucio. Perk has been equipped. Ender at level 2. It was the overclock one? I'm trying to think of what that was.
I think it gives it more energy.
Yeah. 150! You can...
If that's the right one,
You can dome people with railgun again. Fortune tries to beat in here, pops something. I think it's Annihilation. Making him suffer as he has, trying to get in here, but that Molten Core is making this movement a lot harder. Ugh. Molten Core has a lot of utility that I feel has been gone very unappreciated until this modern swing for Torbjorn in the meta.
Yeah, especially with the new upgrades, I'm pretty sure that's also accelerated him into the lines. Yeah, just
Sorry for just a moment.
The enemy's got a turret. This ends now. This ends now.
Down, Ali's got hit with Nano in a little bit of a precarious position, trying to block through, but goes down. CSU still trying to push forward, but it's very, very difficult.
Captain Junior getting a pick, but unfortunately it's taken out by Encore. Now, that's actually going to be the round if no one can step on point.
Apologize for the hiccup. CSU kind of in a really precarious position. Like this is That's not where you want to be. Nobody on the cart to even taken over. Time. I'm so sorry. No, give me 1 second. I'm so sorry.
0-0. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Alrighty, sorry about that, folks. Did not mean to impersonate a fish for a little bit. Very, very difficult first hold for CSU. Going to have to keep it very, very early. Do you know do perks carry over between rounds?
Yes, they only get off of you if you switch characters, and if you switch characters, you start from zero again. So there is more punishment.
Ready for battle.
I don't like that. I really don't like that, but like I understand
there's
it.
Also, yeah, there is the point of you could pick a character that is easier to get damage with. Like say your damage, easier to get damage. Then if you swapped over, you can immediately pick up another character first.
Yeah, but like I kind of like that.
I do feel like you shouldn't.
Like you should obviously lose some, but like honestly in my mind I think it should be like it's easier to gain EXP later in the round.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, it looks like actually in between rounds actually. So actually I was wrong. So yeah, in between rounds you can lose your perks actually.
Okay. I mean, I think it'd be interesting because it means that you can't really switch. I don't know. Also, I think this UI should absolutely have level indicators. Like, why does it not?
It's but it's so tight.
It's a single person. I'm saying I want to see everyone's level in their EXP.
That would be nice.
Like, just put it next to the like, shift the name over a little bit and just put it in the bar.
Yeah, they definitely could have done that for the spectators.
It'd be nice, and I assume they'll probably update it once this is not a day old. And that comes down. Seems to be a little bit of a pickle.
That's just giving
Goes on here, gets down the Alari. Goes up this opposing Ramacha is really low, but survives. Just barely, which is not good for CSU.
Texas on the payload pushing it. Never mind, so it's gonna come in and disrespect it.
So Torb 1v1 for 2 seconds until Cabin Jr. had his skull ruptured by a railgun shot.
CSU moving up the final team.
It's now or never, they can't let them cross this threshold. It comes up and immediately back down. Bubble goes onto the point, and this is Swarm from Alizy trying to beat in here. Not looking ideal. They do have the Ana down. Unfortunate. Nano comes up. And this one comes out. Sojourn is off the table. Zalari is getting chased off the point as Sisu tries to hold here. 2 minutes on the clock.
He did level up though, so he can pick his place. He did.
Takes the one for the.
That's the scepter. Every like couple of shots and fires reverse, increasing his damage.
Nice, especially at these longer ranges where you're doing a lot of this peppering. I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. Annihilation is online for Alizy. They get tested by a Molten Core. However, you're going to get the Nano. Oh my goodness. Alizy popping the Nemesis form. Just trying to beat in here. Deal some nice damage. They gotta hold this. Captain Jr. goes down. Comes up. Bubble comes down. Nemesis form comes out. The Nano additionally is on the table. Really scary for CSU, but they're still on the point. Alizy who takes the Nano has to just block it.
Has the Annihilation, and he's gonna use it with the Nano.
Nano comes out, and we are seeing Alizy who just trying to rampage through Texas A&M here.
He takes what he can and gets out. They have less than a minute.
Less than a minute. This is good for CSU. If they can just keep this rolling, they will win the round. Takes the turret off the table.
And the problem is that Texas does have access to both Molten Core and Overclock.
Molten Core and Overclock, however, CSU has a Molten Core of their own, and if they're going to take the Torb off the table, this could be really nice for CSU. 30 seconds on the clock. they're probably only going to have this Molten Core for the engagement. 25 seconds, it's now or never for Texas A&M, and CSU does not want to give them the chance to take and roll with it. Nano comes down on Alizu.
There's one team fight left. Let's see.
This is now or never for Texas A&M, and now or never for CSU as well. Nemesis form jumps in, the Molten Core is on the floor. The floor is lava for both teams.
Both teams burning.
It's really a game of endurance. Bubble comes down from Alizu. Does not have the Nemesis form to compete. Has to just do this with the Scepter alone. Ender goes down. This is looking bad for CSU. Alizu falls and... I roll you one, still fighting. Not for long, though.
And unfortunately, no one has the speed to get to the point. And, yeah.
Likely. However, they're not quite... Never mind.
Yeah.
It looked like they were a little bit far away.
Came in swinging with the hammer, got immediately gunned down.
Unfortunate. Brought a bit of a melee weapon to a gunfight, and unfortunately does not find CSU a win over Texas A&M. However, we will have to see how this goes in the third round. Alrighty then, turns out that was a best of 2 match, I believe. Thank you so much for joining us. We have been
Micah.
and Psychic. Come back the rest of this week for more games and maybe something later on this week. Who knows? You don't yet, but we do. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, and